What is going on, everybody? Kyle Gaming HD here, and boy, oh boy, do we have some stuff to talk about. Now, I'm sorry I didn't do my preview on the Browns vs. Rams game. I had too much schoolwork to do, so I said I'll just skip it, but I'll do the reaction. It's about 2 days late, but we're coming out with it. So, wow, do we have a bunch to talk about? Some positives and then some negatives. So, let's get right into it. The Browns faced actually, it's a day late, not 2 days late. I was thinking Sunday. The Browns faced the Los Angeles Rams. And let me tell you something. This defense, wow, once this offense starts clicking, this team is going to be crazy. Um, we had two interceptions for Jared Goff, one almost freaking three from Mac Wilson. He almost got one himself there too, but it was totally forgotten. No, Justin Burris, who we actually signed um like the week before because our safeties were just we'll talk about that. So Justin Burris, 4 tackles and an interception. And then TJ Carey, 6 tackles and 1 interception as well. That depth, our depth is amazing. So let's talk about defense. So we had our two starting corners out, Denzel out and Greedy Williams, and then Damaris Randall is out, and I'm trying to think who else defensively was out. Strong safety Morgan Burnett, so he was out too. Our entire secondary, two corners and safeties were out, which I did not like to see. I was really worried. I was like, this Rams offense is too good. They're gonna expose it, and in some ways they did. If we look at the Rams offense, Jared Goff 24 for 38, 269 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with 2 interceptions. The first half of this game really was we were up at halftime 6-3. Um, and then actually the second interception, I believe it was almost returned. But before halftime, we actually could have scored again. This is where we scored our 3 points, I think, if I remember correctly. Miles Garrett, it was kind of quiet this game, but he came out with a strip sack too, so that's not bad. Didn't have any sacks, I don't believe. But came out the strip sack, which almost was returned. That's what was almost returned, but it wasn't, and I think we took the three, which you can't do. I knew every time we didn't score a touchdown against this team, it was just gonna come back to haunt us at the end because you gotta score against this team as much as you can because their offense is just gonna come back and score most of the time, but our defense took care of that. So Todd Gurley had 14 carries and 43 yards. The run game wasn't good at all. It was not great, honestly. It was bad. We stopped him there, but that was with Todd Gurley being hurt and everything. Receiving wise, Brandon Cooks had 8 receptions, 112 yards. Cooper Kupp, MVP of this game, 11 receptions, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Robert Woods had 3 catches for 40 yards. Defensively, Clay Matthews had 2 sacks. Aaron Donald had 1 sack. And I think that's on the interception came at the end, which was almost a touchdown. If Damian Riley was a little bit there, but a little bit better accuracy from Baker Mayfield would have been better. But John Johnson came with the interception. So 3 sacks and interception. Um, there's that, and then our team now. If we go look at the Browns, Baker Mayfield, he's getting better at reading zones. It's just still not there yet. And I saw when one of the announcers on the game, I totally forgot who. And actually, one thing I agree with Colin Coward, that Baker Mayfield, he's too quick to escape the pocket. So right when they go, like he's just too worried about his line. That just comes with not trusting your line, at least the outside tackles. And he always, and which I never really noticed until now. Like I seen it, but I never thought of anything about it. But he says that he always runs to the right, like escapes the pocket, runs to the right, and then throws it. Sometimes a completion, sometimes it's not. That's what he did at the end, and then ended up throwing an interception. Um, so yeah, he really needs to fix that. It's I saw a picture because I don't know if this is gonna be touch on or not. I'll probably have to show you guys. Um, it's I don't know because this is kind of weird. So this was in our last drive. This is where we could have tied the game up in the fourth quarter. Um, Everybody was out. The middle was wide open, and Baker Mayfield. I don't know what down it was. I don't know the whole scenario, but it seems like he could have ran for a touchdown if he would have dove because I saw a wide angle view, Baker Mayfield's not fast enough to make that run because there's a couple defenders around him that were gonna start to turn back a little bit. It looked like. So I don't know if he would have gotten the touchdown, but I want to see more of that. I don't want to see him escape from the pocket, run to the right, and they're gonna catch on to that. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have people rush from the left, have him move right, and then he's gonna throw interceptions. That's why that blind side of Baker Mayfield is so important. Um, and then let's talk about Freddie Kitchens too. I mean, you don't do a draw on 4th and 9. You just kick it. Just kick it away. And he said himself that was a bad call, obviously, which I don't understand why you would do that. Um, who's to say if they would have gotten it, we wouldn't have called it a bad play. We called, whatever. It doesn't matter. You kick it there. You don't force anything. Doesn't make sense. You got to trust your defense, which that's whatever. And then in the fourth quarter at the end, with 2 minutes left, or whatever, we're on their goal line. 4 passes, none of them completed. You don't run the ball with Nick Chubb. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. They said they were gonna run the ball. Like what did he do? They didn't. Nick Chubb 23 carries, 96 yards. That was, I mean, good game, 4.2 per average. But I mean, like, what is this? You have Nick Chubb. You gotta run the ball if you're on the goal line. Like, what are you doing? You don't throw it. Don't force anything. If we look at the receivers, Jarvis Landry 3 catches, 62 yards. And actually, Baker Mayfield said on that last play where he threw, or where it was like the second to last play, he threw an over the top pass to Demetrius Harris. It wasn't a bad ball. It was a 50-50 ball. It wasn't bad. But if you would have just threw the slant to Jarvis Landry, even after when the ball was dropped, the reaction of Jarvis Landry, he would have gotten that touchdown. You got to look at Jarvis Landry. People call him overrated, but you got to understand, like those routes, those are his routes. Him and OBJ's routes. Those slants, they just catch everything there, and they run after the catch. Especially Odell Beckham, who's 6 catches, 56 yards. Yeah, this game was tough, man. I really wish I had a feeling like I thought we were gonna lose, but like as the day was going on, like I was like we could honestly win this. It just wasn't it. And then Demetrius Harris had the one touchdown for us. Austin Seibert though, still making kicks, 2 for 2, not bad. Then Jamie Gillen, he had 6 kicks, 3 of them were inside the 20, so not bad at all. He'll get better though. He'll get really better though. This for after I think next year he's gonna be crazy. And then okay, so actually did Myles Garrett did have a sack. I did not know. Okay, so he had a sack and a strip sack. So whatever we call it. Larry Goldberg had 1 sack as well. Like I said, Justin Burris and TJ Carey each had an interception. So how many sacks so we had 2 sacks as a team, them having 3. So yeah, I mean a bunch of things to work on here. Play calling, I don't think we should move it. I don't know. People are saying move it over to Todd Monken, but I'm worried that if we give it to Todd Monken, he was a huge air raid offense. So we ran the ball a lot with Nick Chubb in those last 8 games. I want to see us doing that. If you notice in last year's games, besides like Cincinnati, when Baker would throw the ball, I think he threw it like 20 times against Atlanta, so he had 3 touchdowns. He's like 17 for 20. That was a perfect game. Although the defense was kind of lacking in Atlanta back last year. But I mean, Baker Mayfield, like I said in last week's breakdown, it was or whatever. If you have him throw the ball more than 36 times, this was pointed out by Quincy Carrier, which I saw the stat picture on. He's just horrible. 6 interceptions. It's whatever it is. So what does this make him? 1-7 against future winning teams. 1-5 against winning teams now, including last year. And then we lost to 2 winning teams this year. If they end up having a winning record, which I'm sure they will, he'll be 1-7. I don't know, man. I thought Baker would have this clutch gene, which he's been in 2 situations of this. The C.J. Mosley interception last year, and then this game. You can't really blame him there. He's just doing what he's told. He's getting better at reading the zones, though. I mean, that's getting better. I don't know if they tried. They tricked him a little bit, but I think he got a little bit more comfortable with it. But now what you have to address is him running out of the pocket too much and moving to his right. You You really got to focus on that, and I hope someone tells them that. Uh, but we'll see. We don't know. Like I said, play calling has to be better. I mean, this Baltimore game, I have serious doubts on. I don't know how we're gonna beat them. Defensively, they're like the best defensive team in the league. Um, it's I don't know. We have to run the ball for sure a lot more. We got to bring out the Ernest. Um, actually, I can't. We can't. He's injured. What am I talking about? Is he was he injured? Who was the running back that was injured? Totally forgot. Whatever. But run ball with your second and third string running back too. Don't put the whole workload on Nick Chubb. Yeah. I mean that's it. I don't know what else to say. Don't do draws on 4th and 9. Don't pass the ball 4 times when you're on the goal line when you have Nick Chubb. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe. In peace. And actually, I will bring a breakdown, a preview, sorry, of the Ravens game on today's Tuesday. I want to say Friday. Yeah, Friday probably, just because I think then we'll have like not the official depth chart, but what it's basically gonna be. So Friday that will be the preview of the Ravens game. Ravens 2-1, us 1-2. So we're still 1 game behind. If we win this, we'll be ahead. We'll be number 1 in the AFC North. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, and peace.